crossover Bordun is a fantastic way to add movement and musicality to xylophone arrangements. But it's more than just a musical technique. Crossing the body's middle line, that imaginary line that divides us into left and right, has been shown to improve coordination, concentration, and even cognitive skills in children. Research tells us that when children engage in cross-body movements, both hemispheres of their brain work together, strengthening higher order thinking skills. Before we even touch the xylophone, let's warm up with a movement exercise that gets both sides of the brain working together. This will help students develop coordination and get comfortable with crossing over their body. Thinking of this middle line crossing exercise as a brain aerobics, giving your mind a good workout without even breaking a sweat. So here's how it works. First step, tap your left thigh with your left hand, right thigh with your right hand, then cross over and tap that right shoulder with the left hand. Left, right, shoulder, shoulder, thigh, thigh, shoulder. Do this a few times so your students are comfortable with this. Next step, you're going to tap your left hand imaginary in the air on the left side. Right hand stays on the right thigh, and cross over and tap that left hand in the air on the right side. Left, right, over. Left, right, over. Now we're ready to move on to xylophones. To start, have students put their right hand behind their back. Yes, behind their back. This prevents them from relying on both hands too soon. We're giving the right hand a mini vacation, but don't worry, they'll be back soon enough. Now only using the left hand, they'll play the tonic note, let's say C octaves low and high. So with one mallet, C, 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 do, 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 do. And sometimes they even simplify that, just transferring what we just did with the tapping in the air with the right hand behind the back. I'd get them to go air, air, so they feel that crossover motion before even picking up that mallet and doing the C octaves broken. Once this is steady, it's time for the right hand to join the party, thinking of it as adding harmony to the musical conversation. The right hand will play the dominant note, G note here, the so between each left hand, tonic or do note. Here we go. Do, so, do, do, so, do, C, G, C in this case, C, G, C. Crossover, C, G, crossover. Sometimes you'll have to slow this down for students till they get that crossover, crossing that middle line with their body. Thinking of this as filling in space, keeping a steady pulse without disrupting the left hand movement. Once they're comfortable, gradually increase the tempo and encourage smooth flowing movements, depending on how fast the song goes as well. Remember, smooth transitions are key. We're aiming for smooth moves, not traffic jams here. It's a good idea to remind students to keep their elbows and wrists relaxed so they don't tense up like this. You see this a lot of the time with students. They're not letting the ball of that mallet bounce up. And that's it. A simple step-by-step way to teach the crossover Bordun. But remember, this isn't just about playing a pattern. When students learn to cross over, they're also strengthening their coordination, balance, and their focus, all while making music and having fun. It's a great way to encourage both the mind and the body. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you teach crossover Borduns in your classroom.